Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome. Another edition of Deportes Nation, live at night. I'm Alex, that's Norma over there. Norma, how are you? Good evening and happy Friday, right?
Yes, happy Friday.
Woo, woohoo!
Yeah, right?
Well,
Exciting.
what would you normally do on a Friday night, Norma, if this was in your life now?
Well, it's 10 o'clock, so I would be asleep.
You'd be at the bar somewhere, no?
No, that way probably in my 20s, late 20s, but yeah, no, not anymore, Alex. How about you?
So a year ago in July, 10 o'clock at night, where would you be doing? You don't go out to eat or meals or before COVID? Let's say the world before COVID.
Oh, before COVID.
Yeah.
No, usually Fridays are pretty chillaxed. You know,
chillax. Is that a word? Let me write that down. Chillax.
So we pretty much just like stay in and order in
and chill.
My husband's because my husband has to work the next day, and then usually it's soccer games.
Usually what? We're at soccer starting at 7 o'clock in the morning sometimes.
Right. So depending, we've got to drive, could be an hour, 45 minutes away.
Yes.
So if it's an 8 o'clock game, you got to leave at least by 6:30.
Wow. Oh, I do know. I do know.
Yeah,
So that's what you normally do. And in your previous years, Norma, when you were younger, maybe a disco or two? You might run into Alex at the disco?
I probably would be at a disco or two.
Yeah. Well,
probably.
I got thrown out of many discos in my life, Norma, this life. Sir, it's closed. It's over. Sir, go home, please.
The bar's closed, right?
I got a lot of that. No, you know what? I never really frequented clubs, if you will, or discos. That's how old I am, Norma. It's the disco. But no, I'd be like you. For me, bliss is just being left alone and having a good meal and not having to worry about things. So, what did you do, ladies and gentlemen, prior to COVID? I think our audience has grown now, Norma, because people have nothing else to do. So, okay, let's watch these two. Right?
Yeah, probably.
I think that's my theory, at least, of what's going on. Norma, how are you feeling, and who are you wearing today? Norma's our fashion diva. Who are you wearing? Like you're wearing, like a famous designer. But who's your T-shirt? What does your T-shirt say?
Well, yesterday I had Foster.
No, okay, that was yesterday, Norma. What's today?
That was yesterday, but today's Tompkins.
What is Tompkins? For those of us that don't know Tompkins, Norma, what is Tompkins?
Tompkins High School here in Katy.
In Katy,
Texas.
Lady Falcon, the Falcons.
Soccer. Yeah.
The Falkland Islands.
Yeah. So, there's every soccer program in high school. They'll sell T-shirts or whatever, and then you usually get their name printed in the back. And I know so many girls in high school, not only, from my daughter's high school, but because, Alex, we're both in the soccer world. So I always support any child player or whatever in high school.
Any and all.
Right. So when the girls or boys or whatever are selling T-shirts, I always say, okay, I'll get one from you. And then I just order one, and even though they're not my child, I still wear it. I just to support them.
Well, I'm again now you're into the mode where you got to find a different shirt for every day, Norma. So you're gonna have to dig deep. Yeah.
Oh, I am. I'm gonna have to buy some over the weekend, actually, on Amazon or somewhere.
Here's what we need. We need to, first of all, I think maybe come up with Deportes Nation Norma T-shirts, and we'll give them away. And if any of you have a shirt that you want Norma to wear, or even Uncle Alex, send them our way, and we can try to model them for you. Ms. Norma, the size 0, and Uncle Alex the XXX. That's usually the way it'll work.
Yeah, give them the size now.
Please.
Right?
Lucy's with us today. Lucy says hello, and we say,
"Hi, Lucy."
We say hi, Lucy. Hello. We say welcome back, Lucy. Where is Lucy today, Norma?
Oh, let's ask her. Maybe she can chime in and let us know if she's at home.
Maybe she's at the disco, Norma. She shouldn't
maybe
be.
Maybe she's at the disco. Yeah.
At the disco wearing her mask, Norma.
Like this. I did get new mask, Alex.
Really? Let's see,
Yeah.
Norma. Let's see. Oh, Norma, that's the best. Oh, ratings are going up, Norma. Keep it on. Ratings are going up.
How do I look?
Oh, you look fantastic. Ratings are going up. Just keep it on, Norma. Oh, wait. They're saying, Alex, put your mask on, please.
It's kind of like now, like when you wear, like for clothes, right? You look for clothes online.
I wear clothes most of the time, Norma.
Well, no, but now I catch myself looking for masks, like really cute ones. I mean, of course, the double or triple layer, but you can buy masks that have like little sayings or pretty colors. And so I catch myself sometimes looking for.
Forgive my ignorance, Norma. And I have a wonderful wife who takes care of me because I'm like a child. Yeah. I'm the child in the family. What do these masks cost? I have no idea. What is the price range for masks?
Well, it depends. Like, so I got these on Amazon. These are double layered, and I was trying to find a triple layer. But I got these are 3 for $18.
Okay.
So they run like about $5, I guess, $5-6 a mask. But I was trying to find someone local so I can kind of support. But usually the ones that I've seen, I don't. They run out, or so if anybody's selling masks and you need people to buy, let me know, because I don't mind buying them if there's a triple layer, because I do need some more masks.
So a triple layer, you basically can't even breathe, Norma. Forget it in the summer in Texas, right?
I'll do double. It's just me, Alex. You know me. I'm germophobic. I just want to make sure I have as much as protection.
Well, I'm hearing from Lucy. Norma, you look beautiful in your mask. Please keep it on, throughout the show. So there you go, Norma. It's not just Uncle Alex. It's Lucy also. Lucy, where are you this evening? That was one of the questions. So thank you for tuning in and for following us on a Friday. Apparently, Norma, like many people, they've got no place to be on a Friday, so they're tuning into us. And we appreciate that very, very much. Well, every day is a weekend for me, Norma, in my life, the way I look at it. At my age, I better celebrate every day because you never know. So it's no longer, when you were younger, people would live for the weekend, right? If you have your typical 9 to 5, you're grinding it out, and then, like the Loverboy song, everybody's working for the weekend. I would sing it, but I don't want to offend anyone. And that would be.
And Alex, that is true. I mean, at your younger ages, like you work Monday through Friday or whatever. I mean, but like Friday's like the happy hour. Or really, it started on Thursday. So it's like Thursday happy hour, Friday another happy hour. And they're like, okay, what club do you guys want to go to on Saturday?
Yeah.
And then it's Saturday a club, and then Sunday a club. But now, as you get older, you're like, yeah, I don't want to do all that. I just want to stay home.
Norma, I'm with you. Times have changed, and again, I would always get to the club right when it was closing, or I'd be there way too long and they'd have to ship me home. So it wasn't a pretty sight. Yeah. Lucy, Alex says, take off your mask. That's funny, Lucy. That's hilarious. Lucy, you're banned from the show. There's no need. You don't want to see the real Alex. Trust me. This, the toupee here and everything. This takes time.
Yeah, Teresa just asked, Norma, why are you wearing a Tompkins shirt?
Well, she's joining us late. Don't explain it to her. That's her problem. She can watch the reruns.
She should have came on at 10. No, I'll let you know, Teresa. The reason why the story is that when the girls sell shirts at the field, or they will message me and let me know.
Or in the back of the trunks.
Right. They let me know, and I'll buy a shirt from them. Teresa, I'm a little upset because Megan never asked me to buy a shirt. So maybe if she plays again this year, let me know. I'll buy one. But I usually buy one. I actually have 2 Tompkins shirts right now. I have a long sleeve, and then I ordered from one player, and then a short sleeve from another player. So Teresa, let me know if you do sell shirts. I'll buy one from you guys. There's
the story. We will buy a couple, Norma. But yes, send us your shirts or your idea for what Ms. Norma should wear. I guess that sounds weird. What kind of T-shirt you should wear? Because you represent everything, Norma. Colleges, you'll even represent elementary schools, right, Norma? You have no shame.
Yeah, right. Yeah, see, so Teresa said Megan's at 7 Lakes, and it doesn't matter what school, I will wear whatever school Teresa. So If it's anything to support Megan, let me know. And also your daughter that goes to San Antonio too.
We'll do
Her
it.
daughter, her oldest daughter goes to the University of, oh gosh, now I'm going blank, Teresa.
University of, gosh, I'm going blank. What is that? Is that a Catholic school?
UTSA.
UTSA, yeah.
UTMS San Antonio, yeah.
They're the Roadrunners, right? Or something like
Yeah,
that?
the Roadrunners, yeah. So
Okay.
Teresa, yeah, her oldest daughter goes there. So if she sells any, let me know. I'll buy one as well.
There you go. So now Norma has several duties. Number one, to find a new T-shirt every show. Your item of the day, Norma. Can you tease us about your item of the day? Do you have something for us today? Or it's in the bag.
Yeah.
Show us just tease us with the bag, Norma, and then we'll ask later what's in the bag.
Okay, yeah.
Come on, you missed a production meeting, Norma.
I know. See, I have this.
You're gonna show it. Show it a
Do you
little.
want me to show you now, or you want me to
No,
show?
let's wait a little bit. That's the tease,
Okay.
Norma. We got to get ratings. Come on, Norma.
Tease. Okay.
This is the way this works.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Norma, let's start a little bit with some sports, and we'll come back to other topics. A little bit of what's going on with the Houston Dash. They're playing actually as we speak in Utah against the Utah Royals, a rematch of the first match they had this season. This tournament, I should say. And right now at halftime, tied at 0. This is considered a quarterfinal match, so there has to be a winner, and obviously, and of course, we are trying to cheer on the Dash ladies, Norma. Exciting that they've gotten this far. A lot of matches in a short amount of time, but we're obviously wishing them the best of luck tonight. To James Clarkson team, hoping they move on to the semifinal, which would be on the 22nd of July.
Alex, a question, because they're in Utah. And you may not know, or maybe some of the players that we know have mentioned this to you. But how is it that it's a different environment there at Utah because of elevation, right?
It is.
With the mountains and everything.
It is.
So is it a little bit harder to play out there for them? Is it something they have to adapt to? Do you know anything?
It typically is, and I know the ladies got out there a little bit earlier, but maybe a week and a half out from their first match in June,
Right.
late June. So they had to, get used to the altitude. It definitely isn't sea level like in Houston.
Right.
But and you know this, Norma, from our travels and training and boxing. If you can train in Houston or in someplace like Colorado, those are the most difficult places because of the humidity. With the boxers we work with, that they'd rather train in Houston in the summer than at altitude because it's literally suffocating here.
Right, yeah. I mean, it always feels like it's suffocating here in Houston.
It does. It
With
does.
the heat.
It does always
And
feel
humidity.
like. Norma, we got a little rain today though in the Houston area, at least for 5 minutes. That was good.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah. No, but it was good it was good, Alex, to have that rain. I mean, I don't know if it rained a lot where you were. For me, it was kind of a teaser. It rained and then it just stopped, and that was it. So,
It really wasn't quite enough, was it?
yeah, no. A little bit more would have been good.
Yeah. Well, look, Norma, we'll take it. And ladies and gentlemen, for those of you that maybe don't follow us from the Houston area, the Texas area, it is very humid, as Ms. Vigil tells us. It's very humid. It's for 6 months out of the year. It's brutal to live here. I mean, I'm sweating now just thinking about the sweating. I mean, you Norma, you take a shower, you come out sweating. Yeah. Or at least I do. Maybe I have a problem. Maybe there's a doctor that can diagnose me.
Yeah, maybe it's you, Alex.
I mean, you are sweating all the time it's just the humidity. So we have to get used to it. And Norma, that's why also in this part of the world, we really have to be careful about training outside, trying to doing it early or late. In the middle of the day, it's very difficult. Now I know that in the past, I wasn't quite aware of it when I was younger. Now as I get older, man, I really have to start watching it. So Patricia says, OMG, it's too hot. She's right.
Yeah.
She's right. Norma, now I understand, and this is why I'm getting older, how people go walking in the mall in the air conditioning, and that's the exercise. They don't even step outside, right?
Well, no, I mean, and that's the thing, like, you see that, like, early in the morning, like, if you go to Katie Mills or any mall, like, they may open the doors probably an hour or so before the stores open, and you see people walking, and I never thought, like, why are they walking in the mall? Like, but now I get it. I probably would do the same thing.
Yeah. Now, Miss Vigil, who I believe originates from the Pacific Northwest, now that's a lie. No, I mean, I've been in summer to places like San Diego or LA or San Francisco. Oh man, that's a different world. It's a different.
Yeah.
Who said, Norma? Someone's gonna have to help me on my Houston history. Many years ago, before air conditioning, we were talking about air conditioning earlier. Can you imagine having lived here, Norma, 150 years ago before air conditioning, and said that's the place I want to raise my family?
Well, let me just say this. My AC went out last week. I didn't mention this on the show during the whole COVID thing. Well,
on top of everything else, your AC went out. Norma.
And I was the one who had to sleep upstairs in the hot. So I was not happy. Maybe that's why I was so moody all last week too, because I wasn't happy. Alex.
Something's happening, or you're moody every night. That's the problem, Norma.
Yeah. That's probably, yeah.
So for those of you that need a consistent business in this part of the world, get into air conditioning. People will always need air conditioning. Again, I don't know how people did it in the past, Norma, because as far as I know, maybe we have some global warming now, but certainly not maybe so drastic. It was still, now 6 months out of the year, this could be a beautiful place to live, Norma, in Houston.
Yeah.
Weather-wise.
No, yeah. Weather-wise, yeah.
Weather-wise. So, talking of a local team, Norma, at least as far as the pros, they continue, the Houston Dynamo continue training out in Orlando, another humid and hot place, Florida, and they are getting ready for their next match. Remember, they're playing in Group F. They took on the LAFC in their first match of MLS's back tournament. And here's a quick look at what's on their schedule. They played that first match and tied 3-3. Then we'll be taking on Portland, the Timbers, tomorrow night, 7 o'clock Central. They wrap up the group stage on the 23rd. Then if they qualify to the round of 16, that'll be, depending on the match, July 25th through the 28th. Then quarters, semifinals, and hopefully the Dynamo will be playing on August 11th. In that final of the MLS is Back tournament. And Norma, talking about the MLS, it was also announced today, the MLS league itself continues growing, but they're actually going to delay now the scheduled start of 3 new clubs that were coming or are coming into the league. If I'm not mistaken, I think it's Sacramento, St. Louis, and someone's going to have to correct me on the last one. Maybe they can help me out, and I'll look it up here shortly, Norma. But COVID now affecting the entrance, if you will, of new clubs into MLS. One club that is, I believe, still coming in next season on time is the new Austin franchise, Norma. So in Texas, we're going to have now 3 professional teams on the men's side, FC Dallas, the Houston Dynamo, and Austin FC. So, Norma, we mentioned that, but what do you think of 3 teams now in Texas, 3 professional men's, at least, soccer teams?
I think it's good. I mean, think about it. Like, well, I don't say football, but like you've got, well,
yes.
Let me rethink this real quick.
Let's just rewind the tape. Let's go back to Alex.
So like, because I was thinking Austin. I mean, Austin doesn't have like an NFL team, or they don't have NBA team. Not yet, but like San Antonio does. But San Antonio doesn't have an MLS team. So, right? So, I mean, it's kind of the same thing like football. You've got Houston and Dallas, and San Antonio. But then now in soccer, now you've got the 3, which San Antonio's out of it, and you've got Austin. So, yeah, I mean, it's good. I think it's good.
I think it's good. I think it also shows, Norman, you and I talked about this. When I first came to Houston in the late 80s, there wasn't even, of course, the dark ages, I call it, of soccer. There was no professional soccer here.
Right.
Again, there was zero. And for now, 35 years later, to find out there are 3 teams in the Texas area, it also shows the support that teams are having, Norma, which is good. Mm-hmm. The growth of the sport, which is relative. If you really know, and you and I are involved in youth soccer, Norma, youth soccer is actually losing numbers overall. Only certain communities. Yeah. But I think it also speaks of the growth in Texas in general, Norma. There are some states that are losing population. There's some states that are financially very difficult to live in. I'll point to both coasts, New York or LA. Texas is still affordable. Texas is still attractive, and Texas continues to grow. So, the MLS, the leagues, and the owners are, I'm sure, well aware of that. They've got to go to markets where they see the potential in the future.
Yeah, no, I agree, Alex. I mean, and the thing is, like, it's it's the bigger cities, of course, in Texas. I mean, the think about it, like those people in West Texas. I mean, they really don't have that opportunity to really look at MLS or NBA or football unless they come into the center of Texas or more north or west, right? Or
Well,
east,
yeah.
sorry,
I mean,
east.
if you
So,
live out west in Texas, Norma, there's
I mean, there's nothing, right?
I don't want to get that
I mean, what
critical,
is
but
there?
there's a lot of straight highways, Norma. Lubbock.
Well, I mean, I when we've traveled like to Lubbock, when we've
Yeah.
traveled to California and Las Vegas, and we drove like from Houston to Austin and then out to El
Oh,
Paso. I
Norma,
mean, from Austin to El Paso, there's like
yeah.
nothing.
Oh, the drive west of San Antonio to El Paso,
Yeah,
and it takes forever to get out of Texas. Literally 8 hours, right? Like from Katy,
yeah,
Houston area to El Paso, at least
it's
8 to 10
awful.
hours.
Yeah,
Well, it
yeah,
gives you time to think, Norma, and that sometimes can be good. Earlier, I mentioned the three franchises that are coming in now, a little bit delayed in the MLS, or a year delayed. There were three. There were the Charlotte was the one I missed. Charlotte, Sacramento, and St. Louis. So just to clarify that point. My producer helped me figure that out, Norma. So
okay, good.
I'm not that smart, but yeah, I think that at some point, Norma, our state, the state of Texas, is also the center for many things, and it's. My father, may he rest in peace, Norma, said that the United States in the 20th century was the center of the world as far as anything you want to talk about, politics, arts, military, culture. We can say that the United States dominated the 20th century, and I can make the argument. I think that now, as we're into a new century, well into a new century, the state of Texas in the United States, Norma, is the center for so many things. Think about our diversity as people. Think about our politics. And right now, Norma, as you can see in national polling, Republicans, I'm not sure. Democrats, possibility. This really is a place of so much opportunity and change, and I think leading the country. In the past, when media have talked about the United States, it's East Coast or West Coast. We've been kind of left in the middle, but it's taken people years to figure out Houston, the fourth largest city, the diversity we have here. We have everything in the city, including humidity, by the way. But it's exciting to be living in Texas in this moment, Norma, because there's so much going on.
Yeah, there's a lot going on. Yeah,
Good and bad and and ugly.
Yeah, good, bad, and ugly. Yeah, no, I agree, Alex.
Do you? I'm going to ask a personal question. Do you consider yourself a Texan, Norma?
Oh yeah, for sure.
And you're proud of that, right?
I mean, I was born and raised in Texas. I mean, if I was born in California, I would say I'm proud to be from California. If I was born and raised
You're
in
just
Mexico,
proud to be
I would
proud,
say the
Norma.
same thing. Hey, as long as I'm breathing and God gave me life, I'm good. I am not going to be complaining.
I like your approach to life, Norma.
Yeah,
that's pretty good. Hey, I'm still here and breathing.
it.
Thank you, Lord. That's all I need.
Yes,
right?
And that's what you got to do. When you wake up and you're breathing and you can open these two things, your eyes, be blessed. That's all I got to say. Right?
You're right, Norma. Live long and prosper, Norma. What is that thing from Spock? Yeah, keep living as long as you want, Norma. Keep going, please. Yeah. So anyway, so that's what's going on with the Houston professional teams, Houston Dash and the Houston Dynamo, Norma. And we'll keep you updated, by the way. We'll take a look and see how the Dash are doing. We'll give you that update. The ladies working hard. And again, now it's the knockout stage, as they say. So it's make it or break it. Norma, in other news related to Houston, many universities, as we've discussed in the past couple of weeks, are taking and making decisions about what their fall sports competitions will look like. Just today, the Atlantic 10 Conference announced that they would not be having fall sports. So another conference that's modified and changing their rules. And by the same time, Norma, the University of Houston here locally, the Cougars, have said, you know what, we're making plans for a reduced attendance at the stadiums. And what that means is that they're planning on having up to 50% of that stadium full. As an U of H alum, I'll say, look, that happens naturally. You're never going to fill that stadium up. I say that kind of tongue in cheek, but not really. If they can get 50%, I think I'd be shocked. But Norma, is it healthy? That's the question I have. For schools to start making these plans, are they getting ahead of themselves? And this debate, this question, Norma, is an everyday question now. Are we hurrying up to open? Should we be more cautious? Every organization, Norma, is asking themselves the same thing.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to have to make a decision rather than later, Alex, because, they've got a plan, right? I mean, they can't make it at the last minute and scramble what they're going to do the next day.
True.
So it's all about planning. It's all about money. And so, I don't think it's too soon. I think that, if they plan, maybe if they're not playing this, what we talked about before, if they're not going to play this in the fall, maybe they'll do something in the spring. I mean, I think a lot of things are going to be different this year, Alex. It's just something that we just have to see what everybody's going to decide what they're going to do.
Sure. And look, Norma, we live it. You and I and a few other people talk every day about what does the climate look like? What should we be doing? And we're blessed to be in a situation where we work with sports teams and we're all trying to figure it out. Is there a right or wrong? Not absolute. It's kind of a middle ground. But what do you ladies and gentlemen think? And we've asked this of ourselves, Norma. If tomorrow U of H makes these plans, you and I have discussed this. We probably, unless I'm covering the game, probably wouldn't go out and watch it yet in person. I'd rather just sit back and watch it on the telly.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think that's kind of a reality that we have to live with, right, Norma? You never know, so we'll see what happens. Norma, you want to go to the bag? I didn't call you a bag. I said, do you want to go to the bag?
Oh, you want me to do it?
Yeah,
you want me to go
please.
And do it now?
Your bag of goodies,
okay.
Norma.
So the backstory on this, because
please.
I the last show last week I'd mentioned it was my daughter's birthday.
Yes. Aww.
And I don't know if this is a good idea, actually.
Now?
Hopefully she's not watching.
Norma, the ratings are so low. There's no way.
Okay.
And by the way, our audience, nobody under the age of 63 is even watching this, so we're fine, Norma.
So I had ordered her some cookies. You get those little cute cookies people design them, which it's amazing what people could do. Mm-hmm. But I'd ordered her from someone locally, and actually I'll just give her a shout out. Yeah. I'm sure she's not watching. It's called the Cookie Genie, and she's so nice.
Hold on. The lady. Cookie Genie.
Yes, she's so nice and so she's great. But anyway, so I told her, look, this is what I want. And so she did it. She did the cookies, and so I got them today for my daughter, so I can give them to her tomorrow. So
do share, Norma. This is the most exciting part of the show. Norma's bag.
They're so cute. So what I requested was these cookies. Can you see? So it's the bubble tea. So, if you like milk tea, and it's got the little boba in it. So my daughter loves this. It's her favorite.
That's pretty cute, Norma.
She made some of these.
Leave some for Uncle Alex. I'm getting hungry.
And so my daughter loves the show Friends.
Yes.
I don't know if you ever seen the show.
I'm aware of the show Friends, Norma.
Yeah. So she made these cookies here.
Wow.
You can see, yeah.
There you
and so
go.
it's kind of like the logo of Friends.
That's pretty cool.
And so they're so cute. Yeah, they're so cute. So if anybody ever needs cookies in the Katy area, I strongly recommend the Cookie Genie.
The Cookie Genie.
Genie, yes.
Where do we look her up? Is there a website for the Cookie Genie, Norma?
She has a Facebook.
Okay.
Yeah, and she does them from her home, and
that's awesome.
She can do anything. If you look at her stuff, like her past cookies or whatever, she pretty much can do. And she'll just ask you what would you want? What would you like? And she just creates it.
So this really is an artistic form, Norma. I mean, to me, culinary art is amazing. A good cook, Norma, is an artist. And on top of that, she literally decorates this, right? And they taste good,
Yeah.
right? They're edible, right?
Yeah.
They're not just to look at.
So my little secret. So right when I got in the car, I opened one and I ate one just to kind of taste it. They're really good. I ate one. I just ate one, but I just wanted to taste it. They look so good.
I like
But yeah,
that.
they're so cute. Yeah. So if anybody's looking for anyone to do any like customized cookies, I do recommend the Cookie Genie.
The Cookie Genie.
By far.
And she'll ship, and the Portes Nation will broker it. So just place order through us. Each cookie, $135 delivered. No? Did we mark it up too much, do you think, Norma? We marked it up too much.
I guess. But yeah. So anyway, I don't know. There's probably other people that do it in different areas. And
No, but nobody liked the cookie. Nobody liked the
people
Cookie
do
Genie.
cakes, hey, no, but if people do cakes, I'd be more than happy to buy one and taste it.
Norma, you're making me hungry now. You know, now I understand.
Give reviews.
Remember that the video we had about a week ago of the people eating and all that stuff? Mukbang. Forgive me for not pronouncing it correctly. But man, I get it now. You made me hungry, Norma. I think we're going to cut the show short so I can go eat something. Let's see here. Teresa says, best show ever. I watch reruns every day. I'm sure she's not talking about this. She's talking about Friends.
She's talking about Friends.
Yes. We're the second best show ever. We'll take that, Miss Vigil. Lisa says, cute. I think she's referring to the cookies, not to Uncle Alex. I'm a little offended. Lisa, you're not too bad yourself. Thank you. No, the producer says, no, they're not talking about you. Oh, whatever.
Yeah, the cookies are cute.
And yeah, Miss Vigil got it. Okay, Miss Vigil, you're right. We're only in our 50s, some of us. Norma's the oldest here. 73, Norma, right? No?
I'm 73 with Botox.
You look great for 73,
I'm
Norma.
looking for a company that does Botox so I could... I will review them. Yeah, I'll do anything.
Well, I need a chisel and a hammer, Norma, and a mask. That's the only way this gets any better. Aging, Norma. Didn't we talk about that yesterday?
Aging. Yeah.
Aging.
We talk about aging all the time.
I know we do. But it's sad to have to. That's why I keep looking away from here because I can't stand looking at myself, Norma. It's the way it goes. What did we talk about yesterday? In my 30s, I try to fight it. In my 40s, I try to fight it. In my 50s, I've learned to just give up and accept it, Norma. There's nothing we can do, is there? By the way, is it still? What, say again?
Teresa says Caitlin thinks we're funny.
Oh, I'm glad someone thinks that. Norma looks 18. What are you talking about? You're right. Norma does look like an 18-year-old little boy.
I do what? A little boy?
Oh, I'm sorry. I added the little boy part. I'm sorry.
Really?
Yeah,
that
sorry,
is so
man.
messed up.
Norma, for 73, you look great. There's no doubt. Zero. Bill is right, though. It's only a number, Norma. It really is just a number. It's how we prepare for it mentally. Psychologically, but I've got to admit
that's what Bill said. Bill said it's only a number.
But Norma, you know what? There are certain things that don't work like they used to. I'm not going to get into details. I don't want to bore anyone. Maybe that'll help the ratings, Norma. I don't know. But there's some things. My knee hurts today for no reason. It just decided to wake up this morning and hurt.
That usually happens after you're 40. Things start falling.
Yeah. Oh man, things don't work like they used to, Norma. So.
No, Alvina and Randy Galvan says hello from the Galvan. So.
Okay, hello.
Hey guys.
Thank you for joining us on a Friday. Norma, apparently no one is going out these days, so they're all watching us on a Friday night, right? Here's what we're gonna do. Once COVID is over, Norma, we're gonna throw a live party. We'll set a place. Most of your friends aren't here, so we're gonna go someplace else. And we'll have a live show. That's what we'll do, Norma. How about you want to commit to that? The Portes Nation live?
Like at a bar?
Yeah, well, yeah, probably. Usually. Alcohol helps us. We're funnier that way, Norma.
Well, I don't drink, so I don't...
Well, no. We don't want to drink. If the audience drinks, we look better and we're funnier.
We look funny.
Yeah,
that's true.
And as long as it's dark.
Yeah.
Dark and
that's
they're
what we should do.
Yeah.
That's what Alex, I mean, we've been to plenty, like, where we would go to, like, these radio stations that will have a live, they'll do, like, a live show at a bar or whatever. That's what we need to do.
We need to do that. So that, we got to look forward to something. Or if we keep doing this for years, Norma, maybe this may be the only way. But thank you guys all for tuning in and watching us. Norma, the other topic we wanted to talk about a little bit. Yes?
Let me just add this real quick.
Sure.
Teresa said Caitlin will be 20 on Monday, and she's watching with her. So,
Caitlin?
Happy birthday, Caitlin. Or happy early birthday, Caitlin.
Happy 20 years old. That young lady, Norma. I mean, I still remember a vivid memory of Miss Vigil, Caitlin, with two other young ladies. I think it was Sid. And it was, I'm trying to remember the beautiful blonde girl. Well, they're all three beautiful, but it'll come to me. And forgive me for not remembering. Or maybe it was Becca. There were three girls that came up very shyly to the field. This is an SG1 story, and they came up, Norma. And I remember there were little girls, and they were shy, and they were all wondering, what is all this SG1 thing about? And they became, they were with us for many, many years, and now they're growing up to be beautiful young women and talented and 20 years old, Norma. Now I know why I feel even older. Wow. It was Taylor, right? Taylor. It was Taylor. You're right. Thank you, Miss Vigil. Taylor, Becca, and Caitlin. And now they're 20 years. Again, that is also a little bit scary, Norma, the cycle. You talk about, and we talk about aging, but now it's really about what we do to help the next generation. I didn't believe this, and it took me a while to get it. Let's say you've lived something, you've gone through something. Now reliving it through someone else's eyes, there's something to that. When you watch your children watch something, watch a movie, listen to a piece of music, or experience something, it has a different meaning, doesn't it?
It does. And that's like the thing, like, with my daughter being a senior, she was actually going to go to prom junior year, but then that got canceled. And so, like, now
the day didn't work out?
It didn't work. No, not the date. I mean, with COVID and all. And
no, I don't need to know your personal life. That's your problem.
No, but it's kind of like you relive it with your kids, because you remember going to prom, you remember, playing sports, you remember a lot of stuff. And one of the advice that I did tell her about prom, I said, you know what, go by yourself and with your friends. Don't take a date.
Really? That's become very popular, right? It's groups.
Yeah, just go with a group. Don't worry about the boys. Like, if I could do my prom all over again, I would do it all over again.
Hold on. So let me go back. So for girls, we recommend that. I had two girls that went through high school, and I believe they went in groups. For young men, is it the same thing? A bunch of young men going together in groups too? Is that the way this works?
Yeah, it's like girls and guys. They're like, it's not like a date. It's like a group of them. Like, like in high school for me, Alex, I had a lot of guy friends.
Oh, did you?
And a lot of, and both, right? So it was like, as a group, it wasn't like, oh gosh, he's my boyfriend. It was like, he's like a brother to me. And it would have been.
But wasn't it traditional back in the day, Norma, and I don't know, maybe this is in your time, that if you were going steady, I love that word, right? Going steady with someone. Why are you looking at me that way? Going steady with someone, right? And then the prom was like the big moment. And then many couples back in the day, Norma, at least when I hear and read in history, they would be like, that was their night to literally get engaged, right? And I mean, it was really big. I think is it still that big? Miss Vigil says, boys are evil. Yes, stay away from men. I'm telling you that now. She's 100% right. Yes. Those men, stay away from them. Ugh. Yeah. Oh yeah. I but why is it the men that are always the bad guys, Norma?
Well, I don't know.
Yeah, I think that's a gene thing happening there, Norma. I don't know how we ended up in prom and dating, Norma, but
well, because we were talking about aging, and then us living through our own kids, and then prom came up, and then.
So you would do it. You would do it differently, is what you're saying. You don't have to. You don't have to disclose details, Norma.
No. That's why I'm reliving it with my daughter, and I said, look, don't go with a boy. Who cares? Go with your friends and have a good time. Like, goes in a big group. And
But what if you're in a good relationship? Isn't there something to be said about that? Why are you looking at me that way? Because you don't think kids at 18 can have relationships?
no, they can, but it's like live the high school life. You got plenty of time. I learned, Alex. And it's like live your life. Boys can be for later. Enjoy your college life. Boys will still be there, and one day you'll meet the guy of your dreams.
Mr. Right. I'm still waiting for Mr. Right, Norma. I'm hoping he calls me tomorrow.
You're waiting for Mr. Right?
Yeah, hold on. Maybe that's him. Hello, Mr. Right? No. Mr. Wrong number. Thank you.
Teresa said, I've tried to tell the girls that, but Caitlin now has a serious boyfriend. Caitlin, no boyfriends. No boyfriends.
Stay away from men, let me tell you.
And Norma said no boyfriends.
No boy.
I can say I'm your aunt.
No
boyfriends.
I fundamentally agree with what you said, Norma. Enjoy your life while you're young, because there's plenty of time, I believe, to be in a relationship, and then what happens after that happens. No relationship is perfect. One day we're just going to talk about relationships, Norma, because there is no relationship that's perfect. The grass isn't greener, no matter how you slice it. What is important is to have money. So marry rich. That's my only advice.
That would be the other advice you'd give your daughter, right? So like after you go to college, you look for the right guy, and just make sure that wallet's about this thick.
Norma, guy or girl, marry rich. No. I don't even care about that part of it.
I'm kidding.
I'm kidding too. Be self-sufficient. I think it's advice you've always given me, Norma, and you've given a lot of young ladies. As a young lady, as a young man, be self-sufficient. Don't depend on anyone. Have whoever your partner is going to be complement who you are. That is the ideal situation. And yes, many of us are still waiting for Mr. Right, Norma. He hasn't come around yet.
One day, Alex. One day.
Maybe if I'm lucky, Norma. Maybe if I sell cookies, I'll start making cookies. And that'll get me Mr. Right. I'm sure my wife's going to be very upset by those comments. She goes, whatever, just go ahead.
I'm sure.
Anyway, so that's relationships, prom, and kids, Norma. Wow, what a Friday night show tonight, huh? This is supposed to be about sports in some form or fashion.
We just kind of went off track.
Well, let me give you another one that's somewhat related, Norma. As we know, leagues are postponing or delaying. Leagues are adjusting and adapting. To share with you a little bit personal, I won't get into many details. My sister, who is engaged, was supposed to have her wedding in September. It was supposed to be a great event, and I'm sure it still will be. But people are having to alter their lives, literally. Marriage, weddings, etc., etc., etc. Where is that line of what makes sense? Would you right now, Norma, plan a gathering in your house in the next year, between now and the end of the year? Are you planning a big Thanksgiving? Am I invited to Thanksgiving dinner, Norma? Should I write the time of arrival yet?
Well, first, traditionally, I don't have anything at my house.
Tamales? No, nothing?
No. That's all done somewhere else at my parents' house. So, no, I don't have anything planned, to be honest with you. Are people planning the holidays already? Has someone said, yep, my house, everybody here? Is it time? Let's think about this. So Halloween.
Yes.
Halloween's coming. Is it going to be different?
Wow, I didn't think about
go and trick or treat because you're going to be around people. I guess you can do the 6 feet with your bags.
How would you do that, though?
They're touching the candy, and you're like,
well, you don't know where that candy has been, right?
I know. So it's like, is this going to impact with COVID? Would that now impact Halloween if this continues to go as it's going?
That's a great question. I had not thought of Halloween.
I come with great
That's
questions.
why we have Norma. The day we had technical difficulties, by the way, the ratings dropped and people just tuned it out. Norma took over, so I get it. Now we know who the smart one is. Yeah, Halloween. It's a great example.
Yeah.
Even now.
And Alex, just to add on to that, like I just went to Sam's yesterday.
Shocking! You went to Sam's?
I know, right?
No.
Well, and not even Sam's. I'm sure like Hobby Lobby and all these other. I mean, Halloween's stuff is already out. Sam's already had costumes out, so things are starting to come out for fall already and Halloween costumes. So what are you going to do? And Lisa Maldonado just says they will have a mask, which is true. If you are trick-or-treating,
True.
you will have a mask.
I
That
guess
is
so.
true.
Now, Ms. Vigil says, don't get ahead of yourself. Halloween's still like 8 months away, Norma. So you're
She said 3 months away. That's
whatever.
what I say, but by the time you know it, I mean, come on, it's going to be here. Like, I just felt like March just happened not too long ago, and look, we're already going into
Norma, it's the
well,
pills. It's the
mid-July.
pills
So
you're taking, Norma. You've lost the concept of
probably.
time. Yeah. So you need to talk to your doctor about that, Norma. Lay off the pills. Speaking of pills, Norma, and we talked about this when there was the official shutdown in the United States. The consumption of alcohol continued. I mean, governors were making special exemptions for alcohol. I don't say this in a funny ha-ha way, more of a serious way, Norma, that we are becoming a society dependent on things. And I get it. We all need a coping mechanism. I wouldn't recommend it, but I am seeing more and more people that maybe previously didn't drink, picking up a drink or two on a daily basis. We are a medicated society, and the pharmaceuticals help us, I guess, try to feel better. But COVID has gotten us to a point, Norma, where in order to cope, I understand kind of numbing ourselves. It's a reality, and again, I'm not an advocate of it, but I also understand, Norma, our mental health, our psychological health is important, and for some people, and even I'm sure on the medical side, hey, it's okay, have a Valium or two. Hey, it's okay to take an antidepressant. It's in many ways, Norma, a way to make us feel better and keep us happy and optimistic, I guess. And again, I'm being very respectful because there are some people, many people need this, and it can be I'm going to say this not as a medical doctor, it can be a reasonable way to manage things.
Yeah. I mean, and that's the thing. Like right now, with all this going on, people are taking this in different ways, meaning how to cope with it.
Yeah.
Some people may have to meditate more. Some people may have to, again, if this is becoming depressing, medication, anxiety, more medication. Yeah, drinking, is that another way to kind of smooth you down, just so that you don't have to worry so much. But
Well,
yeah, I mean,
I'll work on it this weekend, and I'll check back on Monday, Norma. I'm going to numb myself all weekend and see how it goes. The other thing is exercise, Norma. A lot of people, I think, are more aware of their exercise, and at least, again, exercise is walking, exercise is being active. That can help all of us, even if it's a little bit at a time. So I'm hoping, that when we come out of this, Norma, we build some positive habits versus negative ones, and habits, and as difficult as this may be for many of us, it's also a good time to reflect and look back and ask ourselves, are we doing, number one, what we want to do? Ms. Vigil talks about our age, and I'm older than you, Ms. Vigil, so don't even worry about that. But my point is, we've got to think about the time we have and how we can best fulfill those dreams we have for ourselves, for our children, for our community, Norma. And that's why this back and forth right now politically really, I guess the word is depresses me a little bit, because we get so lost on petty things. At the end of the day, and that's something we can all think about. What's really important is who you are as a person, your character, and how you help others. There's nothing else. I bummed everyone out. The ratings just dropped, by the way, Norma. So
I know you're making me cry.
too much. Well, I'm making you cry.
I need Kleenex. Hold on. By the way, look, like how many masks I got from my neighbor today.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is this the same neighbor that gave you the thing?
Yeah. So no. It's a different neighbor. But I have a neighbor that works in the medical field, and he gets like masks, like the N95 mask and just regular mask, and he usually gives me some.
So you got
have some on hand.
And you resell them on eBay, right, Norma?
No,
Good for you.
No. I just keep him. He's just very nice. He's being a neighbor, and going back to what you were talking about, Alex. In all seriousness, I mean, this is the time for us to unite with each other. Check on your neighbor, check on your friends, check on your family, see how they are doing. And, sometimes, like and you said this before, Alex, is you never know what somebody else is going through, and just a simple call could really make somebody's day, and so it's the time, especially right now, is just even texting someone or giving someone a call and just saying, hey, how's it going, could mean a lot to someone. With all this COVID situation, I had a lot of friends reach out, which was very nice. People I haven't heard from a while, but we'll always be friends. And so, I mean, you never know. Connect with someone just to give someone a smile on the other end. So
Patricia says, learning to adjust and make every day the best and cherish every moment. And she's right. In every moment we have to cherish and enjoy it and live it. It doesn't mean recklessly live it. It just means live it to enjoy it. And a lot of us get lost in business. A lot of us get lost in these things that, as I look back, Norma, I've had a blessed life. Nothing's ending, by the way. I hope anytime soon. But you look at, man, I wish I would have spent more time on these other things that at the end of the day, I go back to that phrase, are really going to be more meaningful. And they can be meaningful in my own selfish way or meaningful in what we leave for others. And Norma, the other sad part of this, and it's sad to me because I can't even take a shower by myself. I couldn't go to the movies by myself. I can't go to a restaurant and eat by myself on it. I'm very needy that way. I need people around me. But there are people that are lonely, that frankly don't have anyone. And it doesn't have to be a relationship per se. It can be a friendship. It can be anything. So we do our part how? By talking to others, interacting with others. People even now, Norma, feel even more isolated because they don't want to go out. So these are real things. Yeah. This happens to all of us. Norma, there are moments when we've all had that moment. I can't get out of bed today. My head hurts. I don't want to do this. I can't do this for different reasons. And we find a way to get through it. But it's so important to help out others. And like you said, even if it's a text, even if it's a, hey, how are you? What's up, dude? How are you? That may make someone's day. So please think of that and help others and let the petty things, Norma, slide by. They're so insignificant at the end of the day. Like we talk in soccer, no one's going to remember what the score was of a U10 game, a U12 game, when that young man or that young woman is playing high school or going to college. It's just part of the la estrada. It's part of the journey, part of the el camino, part of the road, that we live through. So, yeah, let's try to help others as much as possible, Norma, and do our part. And it starts today. It starts tonight. Don't put it off because life is so fragile, Norma. Again, the ratings are clearly dropping now than Uncle Alex is depressed. Every one of us, Norma. Hold on. As they say in football, yellow flag, Norma. Illegal motion on Uncle Alex.
I know. This is supposed to be a cheerful Friday show, and you're just making me depressed.
No. I know. I didn't mean it to go in that direction. It just kind of went. Marianne is joining us. She says, hi, how are you? We're good, depressed, crying, but we're fine. We're starting to drink, but we're okay. How are you?
Hi, Marianne.
So, yeah, Marianne missed the meat of this. Why is my makeup running? Why is Uncle Alex's makeup running? Because he's been crying.
Marianne's going to have to start from, after this is done, Marianne, you're going to have to start from the beginning of the show and watch the rest.
Yeah, tears are flowing, Norma. So we postpone, Norma, we change, we adapt. But I also believe that us as humans, as people, I'm half human, so I can tell you that. My human half, Norma, we adapt pretty good to things. And as tough as things may look, that we find a way to be optimistic. And I used to, when I was younger, I know, Norma, be very negative and pessimistic. I've really changed to become more
bossy.
Yes, well, that too. That's a good one. Hold on. Norma 1, Alex 0. Thank you. That was a good one, Norma. More optimistic about things. That you know what? Even though there are great tragedies and injustices, the right will come out. And what's wrong now, Norma?
No, I just saw there's a little thread.
Oh, okay. From your T-shirt that's falling apart now.
No. It's not from my T-shirt. I just seen it. It's off.
Marianne says she went to the Bible study. We're apparently continuing that here tonight for you, Marianne. So
Good for her. Good
Yeah.
that she went to Bible study. And that's another thing, like, just to
Religion.
get things out,
Yeah.
right, just to get things, with all this going on, it's good to participate in Bible study. It's always good to pray. I'm not trying to be religious to everyone. It's always good to pray and pray for others. So
Norma,
thanks, Marianne.
we're beyond that. Norma, we talk about everything: sex, politics, and religion. Just bring it on. Don't apologize, Norma. And for many of us, Norma, it's correct. Our life is shaped by religion. Our life is shaped by community. Our life is shaped by traditions. What I'm finding, Norma, literally is that all of this right now is being questioned. Do we have the quote unquote valid traditions? Are we going to survive without going physically to mass or to church or to Bible study? How does that work remotely? Is God still with us? Even though, I'm being sarcastic, even though I'm not, putting the $20 into the little plate at church. Of course he is. Or he or she or God, the entity that is God. So we can go off on that. I like this. Lisa says, my neighbors just checked on me with a bottle of wine. I like that. Where are those neighbors, Lisa?
And that's it. I know. I want a neighbor
Yeah,
like you.
I want a neighbor like that.
One of my neighbors, I don't know, they gave us some mango juice. That was really good.
It's
not as
the
good
mango
as a
juice,
bottle of
Norma?
wine,
The mango juice.
But it was mango. No, it really was mango. Alex, one of the shows that we talked about, and I said, I always wanted to try Indian food. Do you remember that?
Yes, I do.
About that?
I do.
So my neighbors, they're Indian, and they gave us this big pot of rice and stuff, and mango juice, all this. It was
Did you try some
phenomenal.
curry, Norma? Tell me, was it good? Have you tried it yet?
No, it was good. It wasn't curry. It was like lamb meat with like all these vegetables.
Yeah, show's over. I gotta go eat. Bye. Good night.
Yeah, it was so good. So
Wow.
Well, and
Well,
Teresa said, Zoom church. Yeah, and if you can't go to church, of course you do Zoom. I mean, a lot of things are on Zoom now. So
we are social animals, Norma, and I go back to that point. We certainly, someone like me, I'm needy. I need people around me all the time. I again, being by myself and the concept of that is scary, to be honest. Why are you laughing, Norma? Because you well know that.
Like with me, I'm okay being by myself.
Really?
I'm okay.
So let me ask you this: have you ever gone to watch a movie by yourself in a movie theater?
I'm not a big movie person.
Okay. Have you ever gone to?
I
Go
have
ahead.
a movie room. I'll go watch a movie by myself.
Okay. But have you ever gone to a restaurant by yourself just to have a meal, sitting there by yourself?
Yeah.
And you're perfectly comfortable with that.
Yeah.
And you talk to yourself?
No, that's why you got technology and you got your iPad and your iPhone and you can.
Okay. Because I couldn't see myself doing that, Norma. Have you ever driven cross country by yourself? Or long distances by yourself?
Yes. I mean, from Austin to Houston. I mean, it's
Long
not
distances,
distance.
Norma.
It's
Yeah.
not,
I was like an
it's
hour and a
not
half.
great.
Well, the way you drive, an hour.
No.
My point, Norma, is again, I think we need each other, and there are, all of us, by the way, don't have conventional families. I think that's the way it was, or the way we wanted to portray a family is changed, and it's adapting, and it can be beautiful, Norma. Not necessarily having the structure we know. Is family important? Yes, but family and not in a traditional sense is equally important. I guess my point is, Norma, we still need each other. And back to what you said, we have more in common than we don't, and I think that can help us overcome these differences. And it's sad, really, that we're going through this. And we talked about the political ads, Norma. The negativity of some of these ads is crazy. I don't know how people can justify that in their minds, but maybe that's for another show. Norma, they're telling us we gotta go. It's over.
What? God, that's quick.
Yeah. The 50 cents we paid to the machine, Norma, we're out of time. Remember payphones, Norma? Remember payphones? I never figured out how that could work. You had to put in money, and you heard a voice, and it was a long distance call. You had to put in more money. I never knew how that worked. I still don't know how that works. Am I right? The things I wonder about, Ms. Norma. How's your weekend looking, Norma, before we go?
Good. It's going to be a good weekend.
Yeah? You're not going to tell us anything else?
No, it's going to be a good weekend. I think
you're going to eat your Indian food.
I don't really have a lot going on. No,
well, obviously, you're on this show, Norma. You've got nothing.
That was a one-time thing. I'm just waiting right now. I'm waiting for, I don't know if I told you, Alex, but I'm supposed to get a pool built. And I'm waiting for them to build my pool. And it's been
well,
like
I know where the next show is going to be, live from Norma's pool. With Uncle Alex as the cabana boy. Uncle Alex in a Speedo, Norma, no?
You know what? That's when I am my pool. I'm going to have to do this show outside.
Yeah, well, Norma, you're not going to catch this old man in a Speedo anytime soon, so don't let that bother you, ladies and gentlemen. Norma, great week. Thank you for tuning in. Let's see. Let's get a quick update, Norma, on the NWSL match. Let's see, before we go, if we can get an idea of how the ladies are doing before we go. Norma, who do we want to thank this week? A lot of people that watched us, right?
Oh, yeah. Everyone that's watched us. I mean, thanks for supporting us through the week, and hopefully you guys can join us next week, too. So, yeah.
We hope so. 91st minute, Norma, 0-0, still out in Utah, the Dash and the Royals. So, as soon as...
You said it's still 0-0?
Still tied at 0,
oh,
yes,
wow.
ma'am. Still tied at 0.
Do they go to penalty kicks?
They will go to overtime, and I think penalty kicks. Okay. There has to be a winner, so yes,
we will.
I thought. We will have a winner.
I just didn't know how that works.
Yep. Let's hope that the Houston Dash, the ladies from the Dash,
crossing my fingers,
our favorite, hopefully come out on top. So, well, Norma, thank you. Great week. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning in, for watching us. We're back on Monday, 10 o'clock, and we want you to participate. And Norma, think of what T-shirt you're going to wear on Monday. You're already thinking it through?
Well, the thing is, I'm already running out of T-shirts. I mean, if people got T-shirts, maybe they want to get rid of T-shirts.
Well,
I'll take them.
Don't show up naked, Norma. We can't do that.
Yeah, no, I don't want to scare nobody.
Please don't scare any of us. I'm just kidding. Norma, great job. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us. On behalf of Norma Morales over here, I'm Alex Parra. Take care of yourselves. Have a great weekend. Until next time here on Deportes Nation. And with that, Norma, we say adios.
Bye-bye.